Thank you very much, Ted. Yes, we're ready for this one. Tundra versus Falcons. Let's see who's able to come out on top. And indeed, if they can step it up, Fogged. I mean, we had Howie there saying that the level of Dota has not been too great. I mean, we're still early days of the tournament. We can only imagine it to get better. And here, with this level of matchup between these two teams, we should be expecting some top-tier stuff, right?
Absolutely. I think the biggest question for me is really just going to be this Night Stalker. It really is a huge question mark. It's not been played much in pubs. It's gotten nerfed massively and stuff like that. Yes, it's going to give them this type of scouting mechanism for the Monkey King and a potential silence for this puck, which they pretty much had no good catch for this puck. But is he actually going to be able to get to that point and be able to do stuff? We'll have to see, because it does feel a little bit risky. The rest of the lineup, it's very oriented around buffing this Wind Ranger, making her be that absolute monstrosity, but I don't know, Night Stalker is definitely a tougher hero. We'll have to see how Ramses can make it work.
Well, that's the thing. How prepared do you think they were? Oh, there we go. First blood's going to end up down bottom. Crit is able to take out Whitemon. Got to keep our eyes on him. Crit on his hoodwink can bring out some pretty spicy stuff. He's off to a hot start down bottom.
Yeah. Oh, what were you going to ask? Sorry.
I was going to say, in terms of their draft and obviously how much Ramses was targeted in bans,
yes,
gets to the point where they're bringing out the Night Stalker for Ramses this game. If you're Tundra, do you think this was something you're prepared for? Do you think they've done games with Night Stalker behind scenes, or is this kind of like we got to pull something out that we, in most situations, haven't been forced to play? Like, are we seeing other teams heavily target Ramses as much as Falcons did today?
I haven't seen teams target him as much. I think they've gotten a lot of information just because of those dominant, like the Mars. I think he's been the one who popularized it the most. But I want to say this was like, oh my goodness, we need something for this puck. Oh my God, what's left? Oh my God, we're out of time. But maybe it is something that he has played in a couple of his pub games and stuff like that to try it. But this hero is very tough to make work. So looking forward to see what he's going to do with it. And his lane, so far, versus the Monkey King, it's actually pretty decent.
See how that's able to continue. Look at this mid-lane matchup so far. One against this Boundless Dragon. He coming in. He's ticking down low, and Skeeter's able to reach in and get that final swipe to take him down. Trying to stand his ground against Ramses, but that's a little bit tougher right now, so we'll have to back away.
Level 3 is going to be much more difficult, I would imagine, for the Night Stalker, because that level 2 Jingu that's going to be coming out, of course. But yeah, getting those 10-3 last hits, not too shabby. And mid, they wanted this puck versus Thompson. You see how much pressure you can apply versus this hero, the constant heal that you get now from phase shift. These players are abusing it to the maximum. You can do really cool tricks where you walk under tower, phase shift, and actually take 2 hits in a way, and you heal so much from the innate. It's pretty crazy what you can do on this hero now.
And overall, do you like the approach from Tundra that seems very much to go all in on the Wind Ranger, right? They're going to have lots of buffs, lots of ways to really enable Pure as the game goes on. Is that something you're comfortable with, or do you feel that Falcons, they've got a few more options to take the game in different styles if things start to go a bit crazy?
My worry is that it's not a full 4 Protect 1, because they do have the NS and the Invoker that can kind of scale, but there's a Doom on the enemy lineup, there's a Bat Rider. These are the hard heroes that single target focus and just remove a hero from the game, right? And Doom dispels. So let's say you throw all these buffs onto this Wind Ranger and stuff, you can get rid of a decent amount of them. The ones that are dispellable, of course.
Pressure continuing in the mid here, but Thompson still holding his own very nicely. 13 for 5 against the 17 for 5. Thompson continuing to get very, very low, but keeping his cool. He's doing the math and knows that Maori doesn't quite have it in him to burst him as of yet.
Yeah, I mean, Ramses is actually continuing to do very well. I thought he would start to slow down a little bit in these next few waves, but he's able to get the Healing Lotus as well. And man, yeah, this mid lane, I don't think we can look away.
I mean, it's the classic, Thompson, as low as he is.
I'll keep tabs on the other ones, but my goodness, at any moment, Thompson.
And Maureen trying to go for it here. Thompson holding his ground, turning with the cold snap.
It's another orb.
I mean, Maureen's going to be ready to go again in a second if he wants to. No, he's actually going to play it defensive and back off. Doesn't want to go for it. I mean, you can't take those risks. There's such a high chance if you're laning against Thompson and you go for a dive, it very easily could be turned upon yourself and you're going to end up being the one feeding under the tower.
Yep, it's all about these stick bait plays that they're trying to go for each other. I see Crit is starting to make his way over because they're playing so low, but there is a ward to scout him, so Thompson will be aware of this one. And he is getting that heal up, the 3rd point in Quas now. Each hit heals you, 18 I believe it is or so. So the sustain does come in quickly if you do leave him alone for even just a couple seconds.
Yeah, and he's got the Tornado and the Cold Snap invoked, so ready with the defensive maneuvers if he does get dove upon.
Cool lane start. I feel we've been 90% staring at the mid lane, so looking at those side lanes, things are looking pretty good still for both sides.
quite able to get the
nice quelling
onto Pure indeed. Making sure that the bushwhack doesn't connect from crit.
Daytime in 1 second, and they're going on Ramses immediately right before it.
And with the Jingu building up, the Boundless coming in, a couple more hits. He's healing up Ramses, not enough though. Skeeter's able to dive under the tower, take him down.
That must have been a coordinated move at because it's 5 minutes and 8 seconds. They know there's like 7 seconds left on that nighttime, and they make the move right away. Very cool stuff there from Falcons. And yeah, we keep seeing these tree cuts from Pure, trying to at least protect himself from getting caught from some of these bushwhacks. But Amar is keeping them low on the mana. I feel like every time I've seen these Dooms, they've been getting the mana burn creep. 6-minute power rune. Snaking already set up in the area. Saksa also looking to check top.
Man, I guess with the levels now for Thompson, he should be
He's fine.
able to pretty much stay at full HP. You know,
Yep.
the burst from a puck, not enough to threaten him. It's going to take heavy rotations to try and do something. So once Marion will still hold the lead, Thompson, he's probably going to start catching up, and we can see already getting a lot of denies in this matchup.
Which means he's higher level. So he's actually kind of ahead because of the way the Mastermind works for Invokers. So those 12 denies are actually pretty important. So pretty good stare so far there from Thompson in that matchup. And yeah, both level 6 now. Be able to see what they can make happen with these moves, because got to be careful how you overextend versus either one of these are excellent counter gankers, the Invoker and the Puck. So these side lanes do have to watch out how far they make a move.
Absolutely, very likely that both are going to be ready with a TP.
Malrine continues to get some stacks going for himself, while on the side of the Invoker, he can't really do that, so. Bottom, quick TP out. Pure, seeing a bit of a beating here.
It's pretty beefy now that he's got the double braces out.
Amari he just keeps mana burning them though. Like this Wind Ranger is in a risky position if there's a rotation that comes out. Not really much mana to work with, not much HP either. Now he's pinging him. We might see a gate rotation. I think Snaking's gonna make the move down.
I think so. You know,
yeah, he's coming.
Pretty much completely out of mana on Pure, and he doesn't have any stick charges either. So
He knows this is coming though. This is a heads up read. Pure.
It's a decent knockback.
He's got the stick win run.
And indeed, with the buff up from Whitemon, Pure's going to be able to break away, get another win run off. Looks like Whitemon will pay for this, though, as the three of them collapse in upon him and take him down.
Very heads-up moves.
And Thompson, he's thinking of making a move around here. But on his own into these three heroes, probably not somewhere that he wants to continue to head.
No, not very easy for him to go down there. And seeing the build, okay, so I was wondering what the itemization was going to be from Ramsey. It might just be a phase auto blink build, just because he needs to get on the puck. That could be pretty cool. Sentry's down, Thompson.
I wanted to stick around for the power rune. It ends up spawning at the top. Now the fight will kick off as Saxon Pure turn up to back him up. There'll be the Dream Core down onto the two of them, but they'll stand their ground.
Three-man
take down one. Indeed, the three-man bushwhack coming in will allow them to take out Thompson in return. Boundless strike down on a Pure, but the win run's there. Jump forward with the waning rift. Mallory continues to attempt to stay on top of Pure. Jump forward as well from Skeeter. Pure can have another win run in a few seconds. Jumping from Whitemon holds them back. It's going to give Pure the space to back off.
The sacrifice.
But indeed, once again, Whitemon's going to be the one to die for that one as Falcons, they'll pick up a 6th kill.
That's 3 now on Whitemon very early on. He's giving his life for Pure, which is all important, but even these kills does hurt. Amar is level 6 now, does have the Doom at the ready versus Pure, and they're stalking him. Skeeter still has full Jingu stacks.
They really want this Wind Ranger. And yeah, this time round, Pure unlikely to have much backup at all coming in.
He'll make him work for it at least a bit, but inevitable that he's going to get caught.
Skeeter, another kill to be found. Top lane, dive coming in here from Ramses and Thompson. They'll be able to punish the fact that Snaking's been left on his own as pick up the XP on this lane. So some action to be found in return by Tundra.
A kill's a kill, but it is that 5 position. So, I mean, we do see Snaking, of course, die like that quite a bit. Tower is still pretty healthy. Are they going to look to set up for it? Trying to get as much damage as possible with Ramsey's ult active. Alacrity thrown out too. Yeah, they're bringing Doom. Whitemon, careful.
Starting to get a little bit low. Marge is able to walk and drop down the Doom, but the Ghost Wall was immediately there. So with the invis up, should be able to sneak away and no follow-up damage, so Thompson will survive.
That was very quick fingers there from him.
Immediately getting that Ghost Walk off.
But the lanes are, after already these lanes, it's a 3K lead here for Falcons with the quick moves that they're making, the swings across the map from Skitter is, I mean, Amar, he'll tap him, but...
A respect smiley face there for Thompson's escape.
Thompson, he just walked into tower range. Okay. That was a little weird. And Pure is just very shut down so far in this game. And they do have lots of different, as we were mentioning, there's lots of ways to address this Wind Ranger in this game. The Doom, the Lasso. Doom in particular is always going to be good because it's got that basic Dispel, removes Wind Run, removes any buffs, gets the catch onto her. So, yeah, Pure has to be a little bit more careful with the positioning.
Now looking to enter into the Ancient area.
Okay,
Thompson's got eyes on Amar.
Nice
Jump
sneak.
forward from Saxa.
The Starstorm actually misses because of the tornado.
Indeed, the spells weren't quite there in sync with one another perfectly. They'll still get the kill, but this has given time for Falcons to respond. I'll drop down the Wukong's command. Thompson's able to get out of range of it.
Pure?
They can catch him, and with the Bushwhack and the Sharp Shot coming in the Dream Coil as well, they've got the lockdown. Whitemon's going to try and jump in and have the control to take out the Buck, but they can't threaten Maureen. Maureen's perfectly fine, jumps back up. They've killed off Whitemon.
Oh.
Pure will manage to escape this again somehow.
Okay.
I mean, Whitemon doing his best every single time to bail Pure out, and it's working.
I'm surprised neither of those two cores
I thought they were going to have him.
Either Pure or Thompson to be taken out there. Now Ramses, he's got the blink. They see it with the ward. This is their option to be able to kill Maureen. As we see there, he's very elusive in the fights. Not many disables to be able to catch him. Now with this blink, this could be the difference maker for Tundra to try to catch him. And they do have nighttime for 3 minutes or about 4 minutes. Let's see, look what they want to try to do with it here. I think they want to just keep moving around with Thompson inside this Ghost Walk.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All 5 of them now looking around this tier 1 in the mid lane, Tundra.
Have to use the nighttime to its utmost advantage.
They're ready to dive.
Scanning.
Falcons, they're playing cautious.
Who's gonna get caught? Crit's checking the rune. Snaking, stacking.
Snaking, so quick flame break, but the Cold Snap Tornado combo setups there. They'll catch Snaking.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
With that, they can continue this push in the mid.
Should have this tower finished off. And it's a 5. This time it's a 5-position kill, but it's a good one because it's going to lead them directly into this tower as well.
Dire's middle
And yeah, we're seeing the Mage Slayer build that we've seen Thompson do a couple times already be queued up. Besides that, nothing else too different. Amar has got a bit of a different build with his phase drum. This is not what we've seen every time. Thompson,
I mean, he goes straight for the setup. He does have the back of Amar and Crit. They'll get the Doom laid down onto Thompson, knocked back for the Flame Break as well. They'll be able to bring in the damage to take down the Invoker. Crit, he'll get caught at the side by Ramses. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Make that into a 2-for-1 with Saxa getting locked down. Falcons, they're ready to try and chase on for more. They've got eyes on Ramses. Let's see if Ramses is able to get far enough away to get a chance to blink out. He's pretty speedy.
he looks okay.
And indeed, with the blink back up and available, they cannot continue to chase him. So Ramses escapes. But Falcons making a good jump there. No hesitation from Maureen as he immediately drops that Dream Coil down on the top seat.
Yeah, and good flank there from Amar and just gets right behind him. Yeah, like I was saying, different items coming out from this Doom that I've seen in majority of the games. This is just early onset aggression that they want to be able to match Tundra's tempo. Because it is a fast-paced draft from Tundra, which is, I would say, not really that cooldown reliant, right? It's the Night Stalker who plays a little bit around that and the nighttime. So Tundra can play fast, and I think Falcons is trying to be able to respond to that at all times with this Doom build.
Looking for Pure, but it's a bit of a bait. Ramses and Saxa, they're ready with a surprise jump straight over towards the Hoodwink. In with Whitemon as well, they'll be able to completely control and take down Crit and maybe look for more. Snaking.
Got the numbers here.
He's going to get focused first. Now they want to turn towards the bigger kill. They want to try and find Skeeter, but Skeeter's able to jump safely away with the Primal Spring. They'll have to settle for just snaking on the back. They turn back towards him. They'll be able to take out the 2 supports.
Very nice successful movements with this nighttime. Ramses is actually making this Night Stalker work so far now. First 14 minutes, he's top 2 net worth. Doesn't get the puck kill, but makes a nice aggressive move around that Knight.
Thompson.
Out of mana. There you go. Cool game so far. 7-12. Things are very even though. How many deaths do we have? I'm actually gonna check how many deaths do we have on these supports. So 8 support deaths on the side of Tundra, and 6 support deaths on the side of Falcons. So it's a lot of these supports just getting killed in these fights.
Yeah, which cores are yet to die is watching Maureen and Skeeter, the 2 that are yet to fall this game.
The 2 kind of elusive ones, right? So we'll see if Ramsey is going to be able to address that, as daytime is going to be hitting in about 30 seconds, so you can already see Tundra, their posture immediately has kind of shifted from that aggression, back up, get some farm, look to get that itemization, or wait until, you know, Dark Ascension's up. They do have 60 seconds for that one too, so when it's back up, they can look to make these plays, but very reliant on nighttime, it feels like, for Tundra in this early game, early mid-game at least.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Saxa
attack.
getting away with getting in and out of the jungle there. Falcons did start to collapse in on him.
And he's doing his build. Pretty much his staple build that I've seen from Saxa. He varied a little bit some of the days with some bracers and stuff, but he's been rushing Shard every single game to keep that farm going.
Scanning.
Falcons, they're ready to pounce. Smoke up
Daytime.
from the 4 of them.
Yeah, they want to make as many moves as possible in day. And Skeeter actually bought his Shard, so something interesting to point out as well. Not something you see too often on these MKs. He was about to have Echo, and he just bought Shard
Thompson
instead.
getting some good info though. He knows that they're around here. He'll throw the tip out the way of Amar.
Nicely done from Thompson. This is such a good quality of life thing that I think any Invoker player has just been dying for. Being able to cast spells or invoke and use your orbs when you're inside of this Ghost Walk just adds so many more different possibilities for the Invoker. So Thompson just constantly playing in that Ghost Walk is nice. And yeah, we see fastest on the record for the Monkey King.
It was, yeah, by 1 second.
Yeah.
On that shard timing this game from Skeeter.
It's interesting too because he had the gold for the Echo and he's just like, no. Shard's just way more important. It is very impactful. Either to get in, get out, extra burst, extra slow. All right, Ramses, he's got ult at the ready.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Hard to get the jump on Falcons though. They're set up very defensively.
Something I'm going to be checking also on Falcons is how many Force Staffs are they going to be getting, because it's the kind of answer to protect the puck versus the Night Stalker. I actually see Malrina's queued up a Force Staff even. So definitely going to look to have some answers versus that Night Stalker silence. Saxa.
And how much they want to drop for him. If they want to drop anything at all, they will commit the lasso.
And yeah, we saw yesterday Miposhka playing this 5 Bat Rider, and he wanted the solar. I think Snaking is identifying, yeah, the blink is that important to get. You know, we had talked about the lack of initiations for Spirit's draft in that game. Snaking rushed it, so let's get at least a blink lasso there from it, even if it's just a support.
A few moments now where Tundra haven't really been able to find the fight that it seems that they're hungry for. Falcons staying ahead. Can they get the setup on the Maureen? They've got the Tornado, the EMP as well, but phase shifts there. He's able to dodge the EMP, jump out with the Waning Rift. He should be able to get away, no problem. In fact, Snake keeps jumping in. They get the Dream Call down. The Boundless Strike out of the 2 of them. They're taking out Whitemon. Pure and Thompson, they're trying to hold their ground.
Big damage on Skitter.
Jumps in. They want to try and focus down the Monkey King, and they'll be able to do so. Pure takes him out, but now Amar comes in with the Doom straight on the
Malrine.
Ramses has made the jump on the Malrine. Amar should be able to finish off Pure as Pure ticks down very, very low. In fact, is Pure going to survive? He's not. The final tick of the Doom does kill him, but Tundra finally able to find a successful fight back against Falcons, in which they take out the 3 of them.
More.
And indeed, maybe Amar as well. Ramses and Thompson with the chase down. They've got the control. Sunstrike's off the mark, but Amar very little way out of this one as backup comes in from Whitemon. A pause comes out as well. All right, what's going on here? We'll see.
Something happened.
Admin.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Whoopsie.
Oh no. Yep.
Well, it didn't seem to have messed with them too much because they do get incredible. It's fine, BM. I understand.
It was an awkward time for the pause, but you know.
But it ends up. It's beautiful.
Good that it's nice that Amar he respects a good BM pause. He's like, it's all right. If it's
cool.
a BM pause, I appreciate it.
They're gonna get in the back. Don't worry. Probably.
That's a good one. But yeah, quite a fight there for Tundra then, cleaning them all up.
And interesting how they started it too. It was kind of like, there's no way they kill this puck on the initial go. They need Ramses to kill the puck, right? So they make this kind of weird tornado play, but it baits Falcons to overextend onto that high ground. Oh, and then they get caught afterwards.
Well, back in action, Falcons, they're looking for some revenge. They'll get Ramses. Straight out on the map, they'll take the Night Stalker down. Tundra, they've got to hide. Whitemon, are they aware that he's around? Snaking definitely notices that something's up around here.
It's daytime, so they're trying to make these plays as well too. Yeah, Whitemon. Gonna turn on Snake.
Oh, he is. But the lasso is there. Snake's going to be able to lock him down, drag him over towards Amar. So Falcons will claim a couple of kills in return. Unless Whitemon could get the deny, he's going to try for it. Oh, but no, Amar's got it. Another kill for Amar.
But chasing supports and stuff like that, right? Any extra bit of time that you're buying for your core field to get that farm. I mean, Pure, top 2 net worth, Thompson as well. This game is looking pretty spicy.
That's a good one. That's a good one. We've had some slow ones so far today, but this one, it's heating up big time. 11-17, just 19 minutes in. Big items coming out of Mar with this aggressive build, phase drums, and now what? The completed Shivas, I believe, are very close to it.
Very
yeah,
close.
He's got the money. So Pre-20 minute, phase drum, Shiva's guards. This is a pretty terrifying Doom.
Absolutely. And right now it's still daytime for a little bit, but it's about to hit night, and Ramses is very close to BKB. So a bit of an item timing that Tundra's going to be hitting soon that might want to look to get aggressive, because we see also Pure. I love that we're seeing this in not every game, but in more and more of these games for the Wind Rangers. They're not rushing the Gleipnir. They're getting the BKB after the Maelstrom to be able to fight inside these mid-game team fights. And I think this game is really culminating for a real big mid-game team fight, because it's pretty much dead even on gold and experience.
Yeah, one of the closer ones we've seen. These teams so far proving to be very evenly matched in their openings.
How many 4-steps do we got queued? So Malrine, he's got 1. So that's 1 protection versus the Night Stalker crit. He's got a 4-step, so secondary 1 to try to bail out the puck, and I think Snaking's also building 1. So we'll have to try to keep track of those to see how much Malrine can actually survive versus Ramses.
Nice smoke time from Falcons. They're ready to go again. They've got their ults. They're ready to look for some action.
And this is cool because it's nighttime, right? So they're making the call that even into night, with these new items they've gotten, they're confident to fight.
It's a good time to go. Not indeed, on paper, the threat of fighting into night is there, but it's the fact that Tundra, they may be feeling comfortable. They're like, they're not going to go for us. It's nighttime. But surprise, they are. They'll find White Mob.
They will use a lasso. The shackle connects on too.
Yeah, maybe Tundra could do something in return. If Pure's going to try and step up with the whirlwind, but Amar just turns around, slams down the Doom on him. So Pure's got to be a bit careful how he approaches this fight. Thompson poking him from the side, trying to bring down Crit on the Hopewink, and he'll get him. Hopewink to fall. Dive forward as well as Saxa leaps in with the right clicks towards Amar, but Amar's too speedy with his phase drums. He's able to safely disengage. Same to be said for the rest of Falcons by the looks of it. They'll drag back Malrine in. Saxa trying to finish him off, but Saxa won't be able to finish the job as he gets taken down.
Pure?
Skeeter's ready to go back.
So low.
Pure. I mean, Pure tried to push up as low as he was after the Doom had come to an end. Skeeter standing his ground. He builds up the Jingu, but the Tornado is there. He's not going to be able to continue to lifesteal as they take Skeeter out. Amar's getting chased down by Ramses. They'll run away here with the final moments of the pig pole. Again, he's so fast, but they have the blink. Ramses is able to jump back in, gets the setup for Whitemon. It's a double kill for Ramses. And Falcons, they may have come looking for that fight, but it's Tundra that take it.
What a fight. Thompson just stood his ground. I think he casted like 14 different spells or something inside this.
That's a lot of damage there coming out from him.
Yeah, he actually was the absolute X factor, because Pure pretty much did nothing in that fight, right? He kind of ran back in after the Doom and died, but Thompson held his ground, dispels the Jingu, gets these Tornado cold snaps, then pretty much in perfect situation.
Check it out here.
Absolutely the X factor in that fight.
Now, this start already, I guess, was a little bit risky, close to the tier 2. Nice Shackle definitely gave Tundra the strength to sort of say, hey, let's try and take this fight. And yeah, as you said, with the angle from Thompson,
and look at him
he gets to play his hand freely multiple times.
He literally got to pretty much full play the entire team fight, because he just stood his ground and casted everything. Okay, maybe he didn't cast like 14 spells, but I saw like 6 or 7 at least, and then he was just getting the Alacrity right clicks. And Falcons, they went back in to look for this fight, right? Because Skitter saw the call, he saw Pure walking in low, but that respawn, you know, that fight lasted, what, 40 seconds? Whitemon's able to come back toward the end of it. Very cool stuff. 16 to 20. And that was, I believe, right before Ramses even had the BKB. I think he got it at the tail end of the fight. I believe Whitemon actually delivered it to him, if I saw that correctly. But
Skeeter. I mean, Whitemon's trying to jump out of this one. He'll get out of the Wukong's command, but the pushback from Crit connects. Sharpshooter's going to get blocked by Pure. Pure comes in with the save to make sure Whitemon doesn't get sniped. Thompson. See if he can get something in return here. Ramses also ready to jump. Got the BKB ready once again. See how aggressive they want to go with this one, Tundra. Ramses leading the way. Falcons on the retreat.
It's giving them all this information, that vision.
Who does he want to go for, Ramses? It's a bit too deep of a dive right now, getting this far onto Falcon's side of the map, so they'll hold back Tundra.
Wow, yeah. So I actually think I caught a couple extra things in that replay. I don't know if he bought the gem in that last fight during the respawn from Whitemon, but I think he delivered Ramses' BKB during the respawn. So that was kind of cool little plays that they communicated there.
They're going to keep going with this smoke.
So of nighttime for a little bit longer.
Falcons should be pretty aware that this is coming for them. They're hiding under the tier 2.
Amar has a Crimson, but it is dispellable from Tornado, so
Thompson. He's going to try and start the action off over towards Crit. Amar's ready to head in, but straight away Ramses is silent, so Amar's not able to get the immediate Doom off. It's already been taken down to half HP. The Sharpshooter comes in, but Tundra, they're able to safely back off. Falcons, they'll jump in, get the lasso connection in on towards Thompson. Boundless as well. This time they're bursting him low. He's able to turn, get the Tornado off, but he won't survive. Thompson falls. Falcons now have the opening to chase potentially for more, but Pure and Ramses, they're fast. little too fast for Falcons to catch up with, unless Pure sticks around a bit too long. Boundless is there with the shard. Skeeter able to close in. Crit's watching from the high ground, but the BKB's out.
He's got a TP.
We got the TP with the last moments. There is not going to be anything to stop it, so Pure will make it back safely.
I think that one they identified, okay, we need to put more priority onto Thompson. You know, just they need to get either a lasso or one of these big spells onto him. They tried to get the initial Doom. The silence came out to cover it, but now Doom is actually still available for that potential next fight, and it is about to be daytime, so.
We'll see again here that attempt, you know, Thompson is feeling very, very strong, of course, down to the fact that he's able to, feels that he's able to get away with leading and starting the fight himself as the Invoker. And, trusting, obviously, as we saw in Ramses, to back him up with that AoE silence, as you say, but as it was, not enough to get him out of there. They split up, they back off, and Thompson gets left behind.
These fights are going to get, oh man, there's a lot of elements into it too, because now, before we say that,
Another lasso. I mean, the two supports, they're trying to fight back here, Saxa and Whitemon. Sax is caught by the Dream Coil. He'll finally fall. The two of them are gone. Sharpshooter's not going to connect onto Ramses. Ramses does have the BKB as well ready if he feels pressured. He's going to continue to hide along the tree line.
He has to stay alive. This gem is all important for their team.
I mean, this is such a scary part of the map for him. As I say, does have BKB, blink up, and in fact, yeah, he's going to make sure he continues to play the distance against them, trying to keep some sort of information available for the team. But cannot afford to reveal himself. So Falcons, they're going to get the chance to push in onto the tier 2 bottom.
And Ascension was used, and it's about to be like that long daytime for a bit here. So 90, about 100 seconds before the next one. Pure.
Towards him. Again, his BKB is at the ready. He'll have to pop in and run, but Doom is there. He's going to go straight away for the TP. Do they have the damage to bring him down through it? They don't. He'll get back to the fountain. And the Infernal Blade damage in the Doom. It's going to be...
He's going down, it looks like.
Nah, he's living.
Nah.
He's living.
Oh, 3 HP!
It wasn't 3, it's like 30. Did it go 3?
It was 3, Owen.
No.
It was, unless I'm really blind, which is very likely. I do have these glasses.
It was low.
But
it was low, but he lives. He lives, he gets out. Still, a few times now, Pure's having to use these BKB charges just to get the hell out of it.
Yes, they're ticking down. I think they just got these BKBs, and his is down to that 7 seconds very quickly. Okay, let me see.
Oh, where's the replay?
Let's see.
I think it was 32.
How much you want to bet?
Let's have a look.
A shower.
Did it go down a single?
Let's see.
The true...
I think it was 3.
I think it was 32. Here we go.
Okay,
Okay, this is a very slow replay.
Very slow.
This is... Here we go.
It's gonna be 3, Owen.
It's 32. Oh, it was 3! I'll give it...
Got him.
I'll get... That's some good eyesight you got there.
Thank you very much. It's
I'm
not,
gonna get
it's not
first.
though. It's really not, but...
Look at that.
How long for this next nighttime? So Ascension's back up, 20 seconds. Nullifier's queued up for Ramses.
Okay. They want to go regardless. They don't want to wait for that next item. They want to try and fight. The problem
10
is Falcons
seconds.
are coming straight for them. Snaking.
10 seconds on Ascension.
Can he get that lasso? He's been doing good so far with the lasso initiation, snaking. He's not afraid to just jump in and use it to start off the action. Knows that doesn't really matter, it feels like, what target snaking gets, because they have these other big ultimates, the Dream Coil and the Doom, to save for the cause.
Look what Thompson's doing. He dragged both mid creep waves with his Forge Spirits.
Yeah. He's got Whitemon and Ramses here, and he's going to find himself a freebie. Crit's gone, and they're in fact going to look to take down the Tormentor, take that away from Falcons.
That was cool. They had it seems like they had an exact read of that movement, because Thompson sent Forge Spirits, dragged the mid wave, and then they completely avoid the fight to look for that right side to wait for their Ascension to come back up too. Very good understanding. And Thompson top net worth with Pure. Very cool.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Roshan
attack.
time?
Should be able to, should be able to get this
I
one.
think so, right. I don't think Falcons are in any sort of position to get over here soon enough to challenge it. Now, who's taking this though? Pure or Thompson? Probably Pure, right? I feel like he's a bit more vulnerable than Thompson at this point.
Ooh, that's actually a good bet. Probably Pure.
Yeah, I think you get it to Pure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pure's going to take this one.
And we're seeing it. I was wondering when.
Thompson's already ready with the setup mid. He's TP'd over.
Oh, you might be able to find Snake.
Radiant's top tower is under
I think he might. Snay, how long is he going to stick around? Not too long. I mean, Thompson's going to try and close the gap here with a Hurricane Pike, but the Tornado is not quite on angle.
Radiant's
Snaking's
middle
out.
tower is under
And we're
attack.
seeing the Lincolns are starting to get queued up, by the way. So these Dooms, these Lassos and stuff, they're going to start having some answers at the least. And I think Thompson, he does have a BKB. So triple core BKBs on the side of Tundra at the moment.
Are scanning.
Well, on the side of Falcons, it's just the one. So definitely for Skeeter, it's the most important one.
They're playing aggressive, right? They've got the Deso now done on Skeeter, so his damage has stepped up. It's not going to be super easy to kill off Pure.
Dire's middle
That's
tower is is under attack.
Pretty interesting, actually.
Because I guess this is a bit of a later Deso purchase. I feel like sometimes you see the Desos kind of rushed on the Monkey
Super
King.
early, usually, yeah.
But a bit of a, it's still, in terms of just value, damage for value, it's one of the best times of the game.
Sure.
And of course, it is great on the Monkey King with a Boundless.
And on the Wukongs, of course.
But you got to find those kills. You pick this item up, you get it to go kill everyone. If you don't kill everyone, you're going to feel a little bit sad. Falcons just picking up, they're ready to go. It's a good grab.
That's the Aegis.
They get the opening, but he's actually able to get the BKB off. They weren't able to get their follow-up chains done, so Pure, he's able to get BKB and back off and reset.
But that is a BKB, so...
It is, but I think at the least, as you say, I think they were hoping to get the Aegis.
I think so, too.
They didn't get it. He's able to keep it safe, and he's still got many minutes to play with it.
This game is just so tight at the moment here. Ramses is very close to this nullifier. I mean, this nullifier is... It's pretty scary. Versus like any of these saves, any of these type of protection, even versus Monkey King to just stand his ground. This Night Stalker hits hard, too. He got Vindicator's Axe. So if he gets alone and left alone in some of these fights, once he gets this nullifier, he's going to be doing well over 200 damage per hit as well. Throwing the Ascension, it's 300 damage, so. And then Solar Flare, not something to scoff at by any means.
Yeah, and you're just not going to be able to get away from it.
No. Yeah, it is starting to feel, even though we were mentioning the buff ups for the Wind Ranger, it hasn't really been that case much at all, and it is turning into like a mini Tricore that Tundra does kind of have. Ramsey's still a little bit under-farmed, but...
Still having good impact.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to see it, because I know, even Curtis, you could hear how he was saying it in that interview, too. It's just like, this hero's...
You just don't see it.
You just don't see it that much right now, but... Ramsey's looked pretty decent so far.
Right, getting some towers out of this Aegis as well. Tundra able to push down the tier 2 mid. Now they'll turn towards the bottom with that tower gold as well. That is the nullifier completed for Ramses. See if they want to try and push it to the high ground. Still 2 minutes left on the Aegis. They could definitely try and force a reaction from Falcons.
Does feel like they're getting a bit of momentum here. Just have to be a bit careful going into these high grounds sometimes versus this lasso. See how much they'll respect it. And they do see Amar. He's got a fresh BKB.
Yeah, got the shackle. It's not a bad opening. They're able to immediately burn all the mana, and he's turning up with the whirlwind, trying to dive forward. Pure, he gets held back by the Boundless. Bushwhack as well to hold him back.
A lot of damage getting blocked there from the Crimson. They were trying to, either trying to kill him or trying to force the BKB from Amar, but Amar, a bit too tanky, can't hold on to that BKB.
All back in the base now, Falcons, ready for that next poke from Tundra if it does come.
Well, Aegis, still 90 seconds.
See how Tundra want to go about trying to go for the high ground once more with that remaining minute.
Now that I get a moment of downtime too, I get to finally talk about some other things. I've seen a lot of varying builds of stats and whatnot on the Wind Rangers. This game, you can see that he actually put stats instead of maxing power shot, because the stun is so important in this game, he actually puts more point in shackle versus the puck and stuff. Some of these games I saw 1 point shackle, 4 points power shot, and then stats completely. So
1 point shackle.
Yep, they've been doing that for quite a lot of these games. But this game, you can understand why he wants that extra disable. So little cool things. I just want to point out when we have downtime.
1 point shackle sounds kind of crazy, doesn't it? You're giving up a 3 second stun.
I know. I've even seen a lot of these Marana 4s and stuff go stats instead of maxing arrows. So. Not this case, of course. I
guess they're like, hey, I'm the carry, stunning, that ain't my job. That's my supports,
I like just being able to see these because I've been seeing so many different types of variety of builds, and it's just cool to see how the players adapt from game to game.
I like this one from Pure. I think,
so
points with the shackle, sure. I can see holding back points from the power shot. You don't want to wait, at this point with the right click you have, you don't want to waste time standing still, charging up a power shot. No. You want to get in, you want to survive, do the right click damage, so.
Yeah,
I'm on board with Pure's approach this game.
Yep, 5 seconds, Aegis going to get reclaimed. The first Lincolns has been picked up. I imagine we're going to see many more as this game progresses, especially on the side of Tundra. Still just a 2K lead, I think, still very neck and neck. But Falcons being trapped in their base, what feels like for about 2 minutes now.
Yeah, I guess they can wait for nighttime to pass, and now that the Aegis isn't there, they can feel a bit safer at getting out on the map. Looking to start the action again themselves. Mar, of course, still incredibly strong to present on the front line.
They just need to get vision down, though, is the problem. They're playing versus a Night Stalker with Gem, so this is the one ward that they can play around right now, and they're going to try to make a play around it, it does look like. Lincoln's thrown on Ramses.
It's around this Wisdom Rune timing as well, which Tundra, of course, are in the favored position to set up and control.
Radiant's courier has been
Yeah, he's checking for the ward. Whitemon sacrifices his courier for it.
I mean, do they try and force a fight around this Wisdom Rune, or do they just let this go? And like, how do you start some action here as Falcons?
See if you can get one of those big lassos on a core.
Thompson.
Got the lasso on a core.
Trump's there, snaking immediately in with the lasso. They'll get the follow. No, they won't. Trump's there to get the BKB off. I think the
Lincoln.
Doom.
He put the Lincolns on it.
It was indeed thrown down on the Thompson. It allows him to save himself from the Doom. And now they can look for the kills themselves. So they run down the three of them. A buyback comes out from Crit. Ramses is ready to dive the high ground. Shackle shots there. Immediate response from Tundra.
Instant Lincolns. You didn't even see it.
It was absolute. It's so quick.
And look at that pure immediate with the ult chat.
I mean, they're going to get so much from this.
I think they can look to end it. They have the whirlwind. They can hit these tier 4s.
There's 4 heroes dead, no buyback.
Oh, what a fight for
Look
Tundra.
at that. I mean,
all it takes is one.
It really does. I think that's got to be it. That Lincoln's play, it really just threw a massive spanner into the works there from Valve. I mean, without that...
Purebot Deso, they're ending. They're absolutely ending.
And they're going to be able to. First tier 4's gone, second tier 4's going down as well. The Ancient's going to be exposed. They've done it. A close game, but up until the ending moments, Tundra, with that Aegis, with the control that they got, gave no chance for Falcons to fight back. It's over. GG is called. Tundra.
Wow.
What a way to close that one up, folks.
Yeah, just patience, right? And just even though they get the initial jump onto the Invoker, man, that Lincoln's timing, it's absolutely instant. I didn't even see the blue go on.
No, I think it was there the same moment.